All right, good afternoon, everybody. I am Tyrell Datweiler with Hill Productions. I am here at Silver Star Saloon in Vancouver, Washington for tour stop number 2 of the Northwest Women's Pool Association 2025 tour. We've got our second match of the day coming up here shortly. I believe that is between Sarah Myers-Mitchell and Bonnie Baber. We'll be picking up commentary for the rest of the day. So stay tuned. As soon as our tournament director gets back from dealing with something on one of the other tables, I imagine he'll get this table assignment set up and we will get a match here going pretty quick. So stay tuned and yep. While we're waiting, just run through a couple of our sponsors here. Flipman Lights, actually not just tour stop 1, but this stop as well. Actually, all the stops. Lippman is the official tour partner of the 2025 tour. And then we have our stop sponsors, Rose City Billiards, BCA League, located out of the Portland metro area. And a thank you to Diamond Mine Northwest, Diamond Pool Table Sales, John Scudder. If you're looking for a table, he's the man to talk to in the Portland, Vancouver area. And then obviously our host venue, Silver Star Saloon here in Vancouver, Washington. They got 20 7-foot diamond tables in here, 2 9-foot diamonds. What a great venue. Really appreciate them having us back. They were our final stop of the 2024 tour last year. Filling in last minute after the closure of Legends in Beaverton, Hillsborough. All right, so yeah, looks like our table assignment is up. Sarah Myers-Mitchell versus Bonnie Baber. U.S. versus Canada matchup here. Sarah out of the Portland area. Bonnie out of the Vancouver area, I believe. I think she's out. I know we got a couple of the Canadians from the Vancouver Island area, Victoria and whatnot. I believe Bonnie is out of Vancouver, BC. So we're playing 10 ball on 7-foot diamond tables. There'll be a race to 6 on the front side, race to 5 on the back. Double elimination up until the finals, which will be a single race to 9. We are going to play down to, I believe, the final 16 tonight, possibly the final 12, depending on how quickly things go. But the top 16 will be in the money. We came in yesterday with a full 64 board, but 2 drops overnight. So we've got a 62 players playing this weekend. Should be a good tournament. All right, Sarah is here. I think we're just waiting on Bonnie, who I do not see in the room at the moment. So we are still in the holding pattern for a minute here. So stick around. We will get this thing going as soon as our other player appears. All right, so it looks like, well, Bonnie was here and she just walked away. Oh, I think she needed to go grab a couple things that were still on the table she played at previously. Okay, here she comes. You know, Sarah's got the balls out, ready to lag. All right. Looks like Bonnie is now ready to go. We got both our players. Get the lag here, see who breaks off first. Sarah Myers Mitchell on the left here, Bonnie on the right. And it does look like Sarah is going to break off first here. It is Rack and Break Your Own. We're using the Turtle Rack. They are a sponsor of the tour. They provide racks for us, so the players are required to use it. Looks like I did not quite get that camera centered on the side view. Fix that later if I get a chance. If you have access to the YouTube chat, watching, on your phone or your laptop, computer at home, feel free to jump in the chat, say what's up, ask any questions about the format or the tour. Um, keep me company. I'll be paying attention to chats. You are confused about there being two live streams. One of them will just run continuously all day. So you're going to be, kind of leaving it on. I recommend that one. The other one will start and stop with the names of the players per match. So I recommend the non-stop stream. All right, we're off here. Ooh.
They do it. They do it? No. They do it. They take this. Oh, we do. Started waiting.
Sarah trying to lay up.
Yeah.
And Bonnie can take a flyer at the 10 ball here. She does. And this tees back up to kind of a 50-50 either direction, thin cutter. I imagine she'll probably just bank this, put the 1 behind the 9. A little heavy on the speed here. I believe this is both players already played a match, so I believe this is their second match of the day. As I mentioned, we had 62 players, so there were only 2 buys.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's right.
Like, okay.
I'm not a school currently.
Right, of course.
I do.
All right. Sorry about that. Just trying to turn the exposure down on this one camera angle a little bit. A little blown out. Yep. Be behind the 10 here. That 5 all the way at the bottom. Shooting like she can see an edge. Throw a little bit inside on there. Try and spin out of that rail. It's gonna get a hook. Or a partial hook. Might try. Okay. Wonder if she might try and cross bank it, but she just crossed to a containment here. May have been worried about double kissing that ball if she tried to play the cross bank. I think Bonnie's looking at kicking this. I think I may have been more inclined to maybe bank that 5 into the rail and the 7 there, just tie it up. Not a whole lot on the 6. Very scratchy if you were trying to cut it into that lower right corner. She's gonna bank it. Good bank. Perfect shape on the 7. Sarah may not have seen her indicate the bank. A little bit of a discussion there. I thought I clearly saw Bonnie with the pocket prior to shooting it. Rolling a little short for this 9 ball. U-ball going to be tracking towards the first diamond to the left of that lower right. Pretty natural shape. Looks like Sarah looking to put the first tally on the board here on her side of the score.
The 16. Okay. I'm not gonna hold up. Second back, you might succeed. Yeah, right.
I'm getting the first thought though. But like
Keep an eye on it.
Now Sarah looking at trying this 110 combo. Wow, what a shot. Sarah quickly putting another one on the board. Quick look at the tour schedule for this year. I mentioned this is stop 2. We're at Silver Star here in Vancouver, Washington. Be hopping down to Phil's Bar and Grill here in Salem in about a month, just shy of a month from this stop. And then heading out to Idaho and the Pocket in the middle of July. So I'm gonna bang in the first 4 or 5 out real fast here. We're at Babalu Billiards in Roseburg the end of last month. That was a 9-foot stop. That was fun. All right. Sarah coming up dry this time. It's like fairly straight in there for Bonnie. Got some table traverse here from the 2 to the 3. Well, pretty flat on the back and forth between the rails there. Need to get a lot lower in that ball to try and see down there for the 3. Gonna be kicking here. Ooh, almost caught it from behind. Ball in hand for Sarah. Yeah, I feel like this is too underexposed. There are things about 3 foul in here, maybe? Yeah, trying to stick her right on that 10 ball. Already on 1 foul. Bonnie gonna be kicking again. All right, Bonnie on 2.
Okay.
Well, it's one of those situations where the way the table's laid out doesn't make a whole lot of sense to go for that 3rd foul right now. Just kind of stick it in your back pocket. The balls are pretty open. Getting that full hook becomes tricky.
Um, it's on 16. Okay. Again. Sixteen.
Well, Bonnie quick to the table, forgot that the 4 was still there. And I guess Sarah must have warned her. I didn't see her warn her. I feel like I don't know. Maybe she must have warned her before, after the last shot. Bonnie was very much aware once that Sarah pointed out the 4 was still on the table that she goofed there. Sarah going up 3-0. My understanding is that we have $1,750 added to this stop. Take a look at our payout structure here. As I mentioned, the top 16 are going to be in the money. With first place collecting $1,035. Second place $695. $450 for third, 3 for 400. A decent looking payout structure for this second stop.
Standing there, waiting for that.
All right, hopped ball on the break there. So normally 10 ball foul on the break would just be ball in hand, even if it's an illegal. So in illegal break, in that situation, nothing was struck. For this tour, when we're playing 10 ball, they do use a modification where it is on an illegal break. You switch breakers and continue trying to break until somebody makes a legal break, as opposed to your traditional ball in hand, leading to the attempted 3 foul with a. They don't use that rule for 9 ball, just for 10 ball. I feel that the tournament director in the tour has found that with 10 ball on an illegal break, the attempts at the 3 foul really slow the tournament down. Because you end up with when it's not successful, some very nasty, yucky racks. So for the sake of keeping things moving, they have modified that rule. Just to put that out there for anybody who may have been like, wait, what are they doing? Why are they just switching brakes? That is the reason. Let's ball and hand back to Sarah here. It's to hold up. The angle to stun over for stun. Maybe a little more draw than stun. Below this 4. Well, decisions here. She gonna clip it in, or is she gonna try and go past the 8 ball? Looks like she's gonna go past the 8. Looks like she's gonna go forward. Worked out pretty well. I may have tried to punch across like the silly person I am, which runs the risk of a little more power on the shot, maybe losing some accuracy, catching that 8 ball. Or she's kept it all distance, a decent angle on the 5. A little undercut. Looks like she's got cover though. I could be wrong there. No, I can see the table from here. There is a gap between the 7 and the 10. Barely a cue ball's width, but it looks like it comes short to the right of the 5 ball. He could possibly go through there and maybe spin out of the rail to clip that 5. Looks like she's maybe looking at going out of the head rail. She's looking through that gap again. It's pretty tight. I just feel like that was always going to go long. Oh, yeah, pretty tough situation that Sarah left Bonnie there. Ooh, I don't know if Sarah's going to be happy with that. She needed to manage that 5 ball. Bonnie gonna call the combo on the 8 here. She gets them both. Gonna get some sort of look at the 6 ball here. Maybe go. It looks like it goes past that 7 ball. I don't want one. Well, Tuffy on the 10 ball here, shooting off the rail, near just below the spot. So they're gonna play this in that top side pocket there. Plays it a little long. No, probably cinched a couple balls here. I would think her favorite to make this here. A little bit on the pro side. Overcut that a hair. Well, it's a bit of a swing. Instead of being down, getting on the board and only being down 2 racks there. Bonnie is now going to be down 4. I believe this is Sarah's break, although it's like Bonnie's taking a break, so we're going to take a break for a second. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, it looks like Bonnie is back, so we're gonna pick this back up here in rack 5. Got my buddy Jesse Johnson who's in the room.
Yeah.
His lady's playing this weekend, so
Yeah, real nice to be here. Yeah. It was an excellent event. It was really wonderful to walk into a room and see it full of primarily women. How
Yeah.
often do you see that in a pool room?
yeah, it's always this tour is pretty neat, especially being I believe they are still technically the largest regional tour in the U.S. women's tour, that is. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
those-
I would kind of say so.
For those that don't know or don't recognize Jesse's voice at the moment, he does the Pacific Northwest pool thing. Maybe you've caught some of those challenge matches that he streams out of his house. That's a pretty cool thing that you've been doing.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We've gotten to meet a lot of great people, seen a lot of great pool.
Yeah, I think I didn't get to catch your matchup with Dylan, but I did catch
It's,
I caught some of the Amber and Travis against you and Stephanie.
oh, okay.
And Amber was actually our first stream match, though there was no commentary on that one. I think she pulled that off Hill against Sophia Tran, one of our board members.
Oh, wow.
Good win for Amber.
Right. Let's see. We got Sarah Miles Mitcher and Bonnie Baber. Just coming back from a break. Looks like Sarah's up 4-0. How's the match been going? Has it been more Bonnie giving her opportunities and she's been capitalizing? Or has she been totally...
So Sarah kind of quickly got the first two.
Uh-huh.
Don't quite remember how the first rack panned out. I know that Bonnie took a free swing at the 10 ball, like right after the break.
Okay.
And Sarah got down that one, and then the next one, I think Bonnie broke dry, and Sarah took on a 110 combo, like right off the bat and drilled it. So it was like 2-0 in like the matter of like 4 or 5 minutes.
Right.
And then Sarah 3-fouled Bonnie, which was kind of unfortunate because Sarah got her quickly on 2, but the table was open, and then Sarah kind of got in trouble and left the 4 sitting out wide open, and Bonnie walked up and shot the 5.
Oh.
And she was, so that
Okay.
was like, it was a 3-foul that didn't need to be, like,
Okay. Yeah, that is unfortunate. It's like, how can a 3-foul be unfortunate? But that's it.
Yeah. And then, Bonnie had a chance to get on the board this last one. She had kind of a cut into this upper right corner, and she just pro-sided it a little bit, and it hung up.
Okay. She was watched her play a little bit earlier. She's got an interesting stroke style with not much back stroke, but she managed to move the ball pretty well.
Right. Sarah thinks it was a bad hit. I agree with her, but I was watching, and Bonnie's just kind of shrugging her shoulders, like, I don't know.
Okay.
All right. So I guess the Bonnie was like, "Did you think so?" Oh, we got another.
Oh. No, Bonnie is not going to be happy about that.
Oh, man. Got surprised by that. The 110 that Sarah had earlier was way tougher than that.
Well, there's also an interesting thing that can happen where you have that moment where you think it was a bad hit, or you know it was a bad hit, and your opponent doesn't acknowledge it, and then you act on the fact, oh, that was a bad hit.
Right.
That vibe, that feeling of that, it
Mhm.
carries over into the next shot.
Yeah.
And so you got a 310 like that, but you're still full of that energy. So
Right.
makes it hard to make it. Let's see, she's like, I'm curious to see what Bonnie does here. She's going aggressive. All right. Well, also somewhat of a two-way shot. She
Yeah.
could get the cue ball over there, up in the rail with the 7-8. That worked out for her.
I wonder if it's that light right there I'm having a real hard time getting the exposure right when I'm going that camera.
Oh, right.
I'm starting to wonder if it's that light.
I guarantee it. Yeah. Because yeah, it's got some glare coming off of it.
Yeah. 'Cause, yeah, no matter what I would do, it's either a little too muddy or it's too blown out. Just have to
Yeah.
make it work.
Well, you do surprisingly great for having to put up with the conditions that other people create that you have to contend with.
Well, it's kind of the fun of rolling into a venue and being like, okay, I've got
Mhm.
2 hours to figure out how to set up. Where's the internet? Can I get a line?
Right.
Uh, you know, are we hotspotting? Are we going through Wi-Fi? Where's the 4-ball? 4-ball. Okay, 4-ball's the top of the table there by that side pocket. Should I have a cut? She's got a cut shot on it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I don't see why she wouldn't go for it also, because she's going to bounce across the table a little bit. She's going to have a shot at the 5.
Yeah. Positive. I think it does pass the 6. If depending on which side of the 5 she ends up on. Although it looks like she's gonna get. Oh, she hung it up. All right.
So yeah, Sarah's very comfortable in the match, which, with almost 150 points difference.
Yeah, my concern here is going to be the end game with the way the 9-10 sitting. You almost gotta.
Yeah, put the cue ball on the short rail.
Yeah. You gotta be aware that you gotta set up to play that combo. The only other, option would have been like with that ball in the pocket there, if she could have like nudged into him when she played that opening shot, but that's in the past now. Well, this might change everything.
Yep, everything has changed. Yeah, for sure. Well, Bonnie's going to be moving it right here. She's calling that 10.
I think I see Sarah looking. I think she wants a ref, and I maybe don't blame her.
Where is he? Where is the referee now?
Well, we got 2 of them. We got a tournament director, and we've got I don't know if I caught his name. He's got a little.
Oh, here he
He's
comes.
got an assistant with him today.
Here he comes. Here we go.
No.
Yeah, I don't blame him for getting a ref, really, because if she goes at this ball, I don't think it goes. I mean, I don't blame her for calling it, but look.
Yeah,
she should call a ref because, yeah, maybe she was planning on carrying into it or trying to hit the 10 a little too, or the 5 too thin and accidentally hit the 10.
Well, everything's in the open now, so no worries about having to be on a short rail or anything like that for 9-10 combo.
Yeah, came a little short here, but I still don't think she's gonna have too much problem just rolling forward.
Whoa, a
Ooh.
little too forward.
Right.
I'm kind of surprised that thought she must have overcut it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she'd be going into, maybe about a half a diamond out, and then
Well, I think in a way she kind of got saved by rattling that pocket where it held it up there. Because if it had doubled that corner, I think it would be down at the top end of the table.
well, good job to pocket the ball, but gonna be bummed about the shape, I think.
Yeah, that was a tricky line from the get.
It's kind of unfortunate to get that short too, but she really pumped it. But when you're hitting the ball that full, unless you're on a skating rink.
I'm surprised she's kicking over there to make it.
Lining
Okay.
up
Yeah,
one
I think
rail.
if she was trying to, get control of the table back, I think she'd go short rail first. Oh, she came so close.
Oh, she's
She's kind of
gonna,
getting away with it a little
yeah, a
bit.
little bit, huh?
Wow.
Oh, no, so I've got a good look at the table over here. I think Bonnie's got
Oh, she's got it.
got the full ball into the
Okay.
side pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got a pretty non-traditional way of striking the ball, but it's really effective when she needs it to be, I've noticed.
Yeah, she kind of really gets after it.
Yeah, because it has this whole body movement through the tip of the cue, Um, but it also gives her like inertia. It's like a miniature brake shot.
Yeah. Watch out. I think she's good.
Yep,
She is.
is.
All right.
Nice.
Well, there's the rack that Bonnie wanted to get on the border. Last rack.
Right, right. Well, when you got 150 points difference, every game you get in a match, when you're the lower player feels nice. Looking forward to seeing how she breaks. Um, and emotion she has with her break.
You get told to fix my title card there. Well, shout out to Lippman Lights, Rose City Billiards, BCA League here in the Portland Gresham area. Shout out to Diamond Mine Northwest, John Scudder, Diamond Pool Table Distributor, serving the Northwest region. Those
Yeah, he
are
does a great job.
appreciate.
Does he still rent tables?
I don't know. I mean, yes, he must.
Okay.
I think Legends was the last like real big.
But I mean for like residential.
Oh, I don't know if he'll rent them for residential.
Oh, okay.
I think he did during the pandemic, but anyways, yeah, those title cards we had playing there. Shout out to all those sponsors there. Littman, our official sponsor of the 2025 tour year, and Rose City Billiards and Diamond Mine, as well as Silver Star Saloon here in Vancouver, are our stop number 2 sponsors. We appreciate them and their support. They really, I mean, this tour relies on community sponsorship to run. So,
Right. Well, they're all great sponsors. Scudder does an incredible job with the tables. Libin makes the best lights. Damien, what he's done with Jam Up and how that's really changed the look of pool,
oh yeah, yeah,
classed it up like
yeah.
by a lot. And Rose City Billiards, we play in that league. That's a really great league.
Yep.
So
Yeah, thanks for keeping me honest. Jam Up, the official apparel sponsor, as I believe heard in the player meeting this morning, the NWPA Jam Up storefront is finally live. So you're
that's awesome.
able to go out and order NWPA branded Jam Up apparel directly.
Did Nicole do the design for those?
I don't know if Nicole did or if
Did-
that was Mindy's.
Okay.
I mean, I would assume probably the traditional NWPA logo is part of that, but yeah, I haven't seen any of it yet, so.
Oh, that's not one that Nicole's wearing now.
Oh, it might be.
I just see the green and black, and that's the color scheme of it. So,
Oh, that might be because she's sponsored by Bad Boys. That
Oh,
might
okay.
be one
Use
of her Bad
theirs.
Boys jerseys
Okay.
or Bad Girls.
Nice.
I believe she's got some patches. All right, we were jammering on. What happened there? Was that another 3-foul?
Ooh. Well,
I mean, the 10 ball's still on the table, so that must have been another 3 foul because Sarah's scores increased.
yep.
And I apologize. I was distracted, making sure that we were giving credit to our sponsors, getting the word out.
Well, you got to do that. It's real important.
Yeah.
Because supports the community and the sponsors do that. Let's check out Sarah's break here. Yeah, that's definitely a break that she's practiced, which is what you got to do at the break. It's the most important shot in the game. But it's easy to not practice the break because you got to rack the balls every time.
Right.
That gets tiring.
Yeah.
But if you're serious about improving your break, you just got to do that. Well, get on those three is going to be a little tricky.
Yeah, she's a little.
She's got to reach.
It's
It's hard to get it. It's hard to put too many boogers on this ball
Well,
because of where the cue ball is.
you don't have a lot of angle either.
Just got to get a bridge.
I wonder if she tries to go maybe a little forward and
I mean,
underneath.
Yeah, the safe move is just to roll forward so you can see the three.
Yeah.
And then play kind of, get a safe where you can just don't want the cue ball frozen to the rail because you need to get a little bit on the bottom of that cue ball to send that three up top to the table and get the cue ball down here. So. Although that 8 ball is kind of making a little bit of backboard, so there is possible banking a lot on this 3 also. But she did real well. She got enough of a stroke on it to get
She actually
real
got
out of that corner, right?
she got a little bit more movement than I expected that she was going to be able to get there.
Oh yeah,
Especially
I did
you
too.
being hampered, because not only is she having to stretch the bridge, but a little treetop, so having to elevate on that too.
Yeah, takes skill to get some good spin on the cue ball with a bridge.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you could stiff this in. Is that the 8 ball? I think it's the
that's
four,
the 4,
four
yeah.
ball. Well, you could stiff it in and hope that the 3 goes off the 4 and moves it, or use play safe.
Well, it's just.
Oh, okay, so she's gonna take the free look at the upper right and maybe let the cue ball come back underneath.
Yeah.
Oh, she wasn't even. She called it just for the sake of if she hit it real bad.
Right. Yeah, well, good for her. It's always good to call ball. How many times you try something and go, why didn't I call that? Because I'd still be at the table and winning this rack. So. Okay.
Well, it's like, Mike Deichmann's philosophy is like, if you really don't have anything, just call the 10 ball somewhere, is if you fluke it,
Then you look like a real badass.
Right, pretty good setup here.
Yeah.
Fours.
It's a little tricky. She's on the rail here, so she's got to go forward. And yeah, she tried to get a lot out of that. Her leave is great, but at the expense of making the ball.
Is she gonna get her? She is gonna get her. Little.
Right. I think she might just kick behind this 4.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah, she can also bank it, get over there. That's probably a smarter shot.
Oh, I didn't realize she could actually see an edge.
I don't mind these shots because at pocket speed, as long as you cut it sharp enough, the cue ball will be back over on the right hand long rail for a shot on the 5. We'll see. Up. A little fast, but fast enough. She's bounced back to the other side.
Yeah.
She's
Little-
got a shot.
little bit of the wrong side. As you got to go through traffic now.
Oh,
No, I don't think Sarah. I mean, she's on the rail, but she's gonna be very happy to have a pretty straight in shot here. Oof, whips around it,
wow, very
goes
nice.
back to the top side of it.
Yep. She just got to roll forward. Shot on the 9 in the side. She's got enough angle to get down to the short rail if she wants to bounce off of it.
Yeah.
I think she's looking real good right here.
Now, one thing I would. That'll be just fine.
Yeah. After
That was-
watching Bonnie play a little bit, you know, I can tell she understands the game well and is a good player, but her funky mechanics are kind of holding her back a little bit.
Let's see what she's feeling. Just roll it in or roll it with confidence and come back across.
Yeah.
Roll it with confidence. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't like rolling that too slow there.
Right. Yeah, that 9 ball had more of the pocket than it looked like on camera because, yeah, she just hit it in like it wasn't an issue, period.
Yep. All right. Well, so Sarah's going to get that one 6-1. We will have another matchup here in just a second.
Cool. What do we get to watch now?
So the on deck, unless there's other tables open. No, there are not. So it looks like it's gonna be Laura Smith and Leia Hurst.
Awesome.
All right. Well, stay tuned. We will we're just awaiting that table assignment and we'll have another match here in a second.